The past few weeks have been a whirlwind of awesomeness in the world of Lord of the Rings Online. Standing Stone is listening to its players, it's listening to the industry standard for free-to-play games, and they're really making some great changes to allow for new and returning players to come be a part of it. There's a great 15th anniversary update with incredible content that's now accessible all the way through Helm's Deep for free. You can explore Rohan, you can explore Lorien, you can explore Moria, all of these great locations. The game still has its fantastic feel, it has its fantastic world building, and the game is full of players again, breaking a 10-year record for concurrent players on April 21st. It really is a great time to be a Lord of the Rings Online fan. And hey everybody, I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Brightlife. If you like the video, leave it a like. If you don't, leave me a comment. Let me know what I can be doing better, because I would love to earn your subscription here on YouTube and a follow over on Twitch at Brightlife Community. But without further ado, let's jump into some feedback that I have for Standing Stone Games and a couple ways that I believe that Standing Stone can truly make their player experience better and help it grow. You see, the biggest thing that Standing Stone has done over the last couple of weeks is I believe that they've come to accept that Lord of the Rings Online is not yet a dead game. I think that the developers over a long time, over the last decade or so, have really started to believe more and more that this was a dead game that we had to just squeeze the life out of. We had to get as much money from the existing addicted players out of it, instead of allowing it to be a place where returning players and where new players can really find a home in the world. And so it seems like Standing Stone has said, listen, we believe in this project, we believe in the game, we believe in the world that we and other developers have created. Let's add some reasons for people to come back and for new players to start playing. And that is awesome to see. And as they're doing that, I want to be able to encourage Standing Stone, if they watch this video or if you watch this video, to be thinking about, there are 4 ways that I think Standing Stone can truly capitalize on the growth that they're experiencing right now over the next couple of weeks and months to really help their game not only become a small niche community, but actually become a lore-based MMORPG that draws players daily. Just to give you a good example of another game that does this is Star Wars: The Old Republic currently sees an average of 7,800 players on a daily basis. Lord of the Rings Online, at its record-breaking day, only saw 3,700. What that shows you is these are both very old games. They have old, dated graphics with dated quests, but Star Wars: The Old Republic has developers that understand that the game is not nearly dead. It's a great place to advertise, to bring new players in. It's a great place where we can implement systems to bring players back, and they see double the player count as Lord of the Rings Online. Now, if I'm looking at the world correctly, I think Star Wars has an incredible fan base. But the Lord of the Rings fan base, I would say, is arguably larger worldwide, and they're definitely just as passionate, if not more passionate, than the Star Wars fan base. What I think is that there are a lot of Lord of the Rings fans that are looking for a new MMORPG to play. There's a reason that a couple of months ago, when Tencent came out with their idea that there was going to be a Lord of the Rings MMO, it made headlines everywhere because people were so excited about it. There is a demand and there is a desire for a great level of gameplay, and I think Standing Stone can deliver with these 4 ideas. Here's the first one. The first idea I have is this: give refer a friend bonuses. There needs to be a reason and an incentive for someone to go out and invite their friend to come play with them on Lord of the Rings Online. Currently, there is not any, and if there is, it kind of proves my point. I don't know about it. Even though I've been playing with this game for a little while and been immersed in the world for a couple of days now, I don't have any refer a friend bonuses available to me, meaning there's not really an incentive for me to go tell a friend, hey, come quest with me in this 15-year-old game. I think that if they were bonuses attached to inviting friends, Standing Stone would see an uptick in population week over week, which would lead to more subscriptions, more expansion buying, and that's just a great thing for a business like Standing Stone to be able to pull off, which is growing subscription count. For the first time in 10 years, I think they probably have growing sub counts. This is the time for them to step in, lean into that growing sub count, and actually offer a bonus for refer a friend. My recommended bonus for Standing Stone would be to have the gift of the VALAR be that refer a friend bonus for both you and the friend if you sign up for a VIP membership. If you bring a friend in and both of you sign up for VIP, then you should both get a gift of the VALAR set, meaning that you could boost your character to the max playable level. Here's why that would be such a good idea. It means that people could come in and returning players could come in with their friends, refer one another, they get that gift of the VALAR set, they can level from a place where the game has been developed. They don't have to level through the same 60, 70, 80 levels as they did before. They can actually level through a really greatly developed game that gets to, and they would get to experience some of the end game content sooner. And we all know in MMORPGs that the end game experience really is what keeps people around when it comes to these kinds of games. I think that would be a great idea. Okay, the number two thing that I think Standing Stone could do right now to encourage players to return or start the game is to actually start with a catch-up tutorial or quick story log for people that use the gift of the VALAR. Whenever people are coming on right now, they're getting this gift of the VALAR, they're able to level up to 105, 120, whichever one they have access to. And it can be really overwhelming. In fact, I did a stream on this recently, this last week, where all I did was go, I'm just gonna boost up to level 120. I haven't done it before, and let's see what it's like. And if there's one word to describe the gift of the VALAR experience, it's overwhelming. It's awesome. You get all this new player power, you get armor sets and legendary items, and you get new traits, and you get new attributes, and you get new skills, and there's a story that you've missed out on, all this stuff. And you can start to see how that's a little overwhelming for a new or returning player. What I want to recommend for Standing Stone with a little bit of development is either to put together a video series that catches people up on the lore, or maybe a quick quest that you can put in the game that is an instance type quest for those that choose to do it, that allows people to walk through the existing story that's happened, that they could walk through the legendary weapon system and how to upgrade that thing. Maybe they can walk through player versus monster player environments. There are so many things that you have to catch up on and new systems to have that maybe a simple quest line that you have to develop would be just really helpful for those people that want to boost to max level. Because if you can go through that gift of the VALAR experience without feeling overwhelmed, well then it might be a great way for Standing Stone to draw new players in and push them to that max level, that end game slot, where really they're going to be able to experience that end game and stick around for a long period of time. I think one of the great ways that they could incorporate this easily into the game with lore is to use Galadriel's mirror. Almost have the player walk up to Galadriel's mirror in the game, and then they can experience the story recap up to the point where they are. Maybe they can, in the mirror walk through some of the legendary system upgrades and all of that stuff. I think that you could do it really easily, really convincingly in the lore, and actually allow people to come in and return to the game and be new to the game. All right, idea number 3, continuing to build on this new and returning player hype, would be to give out creator codes, allowing creators to earn a portion of money that comes from their code being used in the cash shop, for subscriptions and for other VIP services. Here's why I think creator codes would be really interesting for Lord of the Rings Online. I believe that when streamers and YouTubers and people like that create great content for the game, that people return to the game. People, when they watch great content on YouTube, when they watch Twitch streams, they want to play the game that their favorite content creators are playing. Have you ever had that experience and phenomena before where you had no interest in playing an MMO or any other kind of game, but then your favorite content creator starts playing it and you start watching the playthrough and immediately you start wanting to play the game too? Well, if Standing Stone would give out creator codes, say, for every subscription that uses your creator stone code, you earn, 50 cents or $1, whatever that may be, something super cheap and simple for them, well, it would actually encourage some maybe mid-sized streamers of other MMORPGs to come over and try this game out. It would incentivize them to stream this game, and then their audience would come with them, which would further bolster the community and the audience. I think that would be an excellent thing for them to introduce, and I don't think it would take too much work for them to say, hey, listen, we're going to honor our creators, kind of like Fortnite did, and we're going to, as we honor our creators, they're going to bring their people on and they're going to earn an incentive for their viewers being on board the stream as well. I think it would be a brilliant thing for them to be able to incentivize streamers and content creators to organize their audience, rally them to the game, and if you can incentivize them financially, they'll be sure to do it. All right, and then my last one, number 4, is this. I know that there are some visual improvements that are coming to the game soon, but I would recommend a little bit of a sound effect improvement. One of the most dated parts of the game are these old sound effects, the sounds of the monsters, the sounds of the attacks. These things seem a little bit old. They seem a little like 15 years old. And where the other parts of the old game are maybe a little bit more endearing, when you're really trying to immerse yourself in the world, the sound effects can be the first thing to bump you out of that. And so I think that if Standing Stone would spend some development time and cost to say, let's look at the sound effects that live in the game and maybe let's update those. Let's do a little bit of sound engineering to make them sound a little bit better in the earphones, a little bit better from the speakers. I really do think that you're going to get those new players to come in and go, wow, this is a really well polished game and it doesn't feel like a super old experience. Okay guys, those were my 4 recommendations to Standing Stone. I would love to hear your thoughts. What recommendations do you have for them to capitalize on this new player or returning player experience and continuing to bolster the hype around this game to make Lord of the Rings a really great space? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What are some of your suggestions? I would love to hear them in the comments below. But hey, thanks so much for watching as always. Feel free to like, leave a comment, subscribe. I'd love to see you in the next video. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a like. It's totally free to do. Subscribe if you want to see more. And as always, I'm live on Twitch over at twitch.tv/Brightlife community. We're a community of positive and uplifting gamers. Come find a friend to raid with, grab loot with, and just enjoy life together with. Hope you have an awesome day. Be blessed, and you are so loved and so valuable.